Hi, everyone. Hello, guys. I'm just waiting on the countdown for YouTube, and we shall start this live stream. Okay, countdown is beginning. Countdown, countdown. We're just waiting for YouTube to notify others. Like as a comment, guys. Like as a comment to the live stream. Like as a comment to the live stream, and if you can hear me, please do let me know in the comment section. So we're just waiting for that countdown so that YouTube can, notify others so we can get started. So this is going to be a very short live stream, okay? And yeah, so countdown, countdown. Please like and share as a comment. Like and share the live stream. Like and share. Like and share. Like and share. I'm just waiting for that countdown, and then we shall begin. Okay. Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. So I'm just gonna quick introduction before we start. All right. So for those of you who are just joining me, my name is Wemimo, and I'm also known as Thatmumof5 and also known as TMO5 Candle. So if you are new to my channel, you're highly welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for always coming back. So you all know why we are here. Okay, so we are still on this case of the Nigerian-based woman. Hello, fashion and lifestyle with Pearl. How are you? Happy Tuesday. So we are still discussing about the Canadian-based Nigerian woman who vowed to buy buy Yorubas and Edos in Canada based on whatever it is that must have prompted her to have such outbursts. So I saw a couple of posts yesterday, and also while I was at work today. I am good, thank you so much. You're welcome, Pearl. So while I was at work today, I was actually reading up on her, and I saw a couple of posts online. So there's a post I saw from somebody called like Leah on Instagram on X. So she said if she's convicted of the HATA speech, she could go to prison for 2 years. And if she's not a Canadian citizen, she could possibly be deported. My mistake, advocating that genocide is punishable up to 5 years, not 2 years. So if they found her guilty, or if obviously what she said is a crime, okay. So if they eventually send out, if they eventually go to court, which they have already done. So I found a post on the Toronto Police Service page, and it's on the, it says chief of police. So it says here that unit intelligence unit. So the unit is the intelligence services, and there's a case number assigned. Abubakar, you always believe. Thank you, Abubakar. So on the Toronto Police website, there's a news saying that news release suspected HATE motivated threatening investigation, woman arrested. So according to this poster, Amaka was arrested. So the thing about abroad is that once a case has been reported, you'll be given a case number. You will be given a case number. So they gave us a case number. So the case number is there. And this news was published on Sunday, which was 1st of September with the time. And it reads that the Toronto Police Service is making the public aware of an arrest made in a suspected HATE motivated threatening investigation. Please like this live stream as you come in. Good evening, G. Simon. How are you? Happy Tuesday. So on Wednesday, August 28, 2024, Toronto police received a call for a threatening incident. It is alleged that one, the accused posted online content on or about August 25th, 2024, threatening death to specific members of the Nigerian community. On Sunday, September 1st, 2024, Toronto police arrested Amaka Sonnberger, 46. So her surname is actually Son, Sonn, not Sun, as I've been using. So her last name is Sonnberger. She is 46 of Toronto. She has been charged with one, authoring threats, And they wrote, she is scheduled to appear at the Ontario Court of Justice, 2201 Finch Avenue West on Monday, September 2nd, 2024 at 10 a.m. in courtroom 107. They even write the courtroom so that any public who wants to go into the court and see and hear with their ears can easily go. Mm? So it says that this investigation is being treated as a suspected hate motivated offense. Anyone with information is asked to contact the police. So they put the police contact number there, and if you want to call to report anything about this woman in regards to that case, if you want to do it anonymously, there's a number for you to call anonymously as well. And that's why when I was talking about Selena and Afiba's case, that you know what, even if you are close to somebody and you know somebody is doing something bad and you don't want to be the one to report, should in case it comes back to you, you can do it anonymously. There's a anonymous, so like this case of this Amaka Sonnberger now. If you want to call with information, there's a number for you to call. Hi, Cindy Emmanuel, how are you? If you want to call anonymously without giving your details, without giving the police or anything, any clue to let them know who you are, there's a number for you to call as well. And there's a website as well that you can go to give them more information if you want to contribute to this case. So that's why we live in a country where, like, laws, there's law. If you can't do if you can't do the time of a crime, don't commit the crime. Robert said, "Hi, Robert. The girl is big disappointed. She will be sent to prison. Canada is not Nigeria or Africa where you can talk free with the SP." Yes, I get to there, but there's a catch to it, though, Robert. We'll get there. So, according to the post on the Toronto Police website, it says when suspected hate-motivated offences are reported to police, the investigation could be led by a divisional investigator with the support of the hate crime unit, or in some cases, will be investigated exclusively by the HCU. If it is alleged a criminal offense was committed, such as assault or mischief, and it is believed to have been motivated by bias, prejudice, or hate, the officer in charge may consult with the Crown. If a person is charged and convicted of the offense, the judge will take into consideration it as an aggravating factor when imposing a sentence. Willful, hello Adebowale Ali, willful promotion of hatred and advocating genocide are hate propaganda. They refer to it as hate speech. Please like this live stream as you come in. I really appreciate it. Are referred to as hate speeches, okay, which require the Attorney General's consent to lay charges. These charges are often laid at a later date. And this was reported by Constable Laura Brabant for Detective Kelly Lucas. So all the details of the officers dealing with that case being written. So obviously she's going to be arraigned in court, and somebody here who actually knows the law says that such offenses is punishable by up to 5 years in prison, not 2 years. Okay, so for the fact that you come onto social media and you are ranting anyhow, and you are in Obodoyinbo, in a country where there is laws, if they just the way she has been reported, if anybody reports you, so that's why you have to be very, very conscious, especially if you're abroad. If you have to be very, very conscious of the kind of words you use, okay? Hence why, I will not come here and start, using words at people. I might curse you, but the kind of curse that Amaka did, you will not hear me say such, okay? You will not hear me say such. So we have to be very, very conscious of our outbursts. And this woman, with what she said, only God knows how she's even bringing up her children, because if she has that kind of hate inside of her, you can imagine what she's actually putting into her children. So her children will grow up. Hi, Emmanuel, you're welcome. You can actually imagine how she's bringing up her children, because behaviors that all of the children who are criminals today, hello, Oyoyo's what, how are you? You're welcome. The behaviors that some children who are in prison today, most of them have actually learned from their parents. It's just like when we talk about racist people here in the UK. Children are not born to be racist. Children are not born to be thieves. Children are not born to behave badly. No, they learn most of their behaviors through within their community, within their parents. So obviously, the first person the child will be exposed to will be their family, their parents. So if there's any child behaving badly, like behaving seriously badly, they are probably learn that behavior from their parent or their community, their surroundings. So just like I was saying about if somebody's been if they are racist, children are not born naturally as racist. No, they learn that behavior. Okay, so hence why I'm super, super, like, I don't even know how this woman is bringing up her children. And I pray that my children or any of you watching me, your children will not come across our children, okay? Because it's hard to take a behavior away from a child, especially if they've grown in a community where all of these things that we are saying no to is what they do. Oyo said, I have a question. The people that started this from the live choice did are people also being investigated? Who are the people? So I want to believe that, to be honest, like I said, I don't know what conversation led to her outburst. I don't know what led to her outburst. Henry said, "You look more radiant today. Thank you so much. This is my face after work. I came in from work about an hour and a half ago, and it's my son's 18th birthday today, so I need to look a bit glamorous for the birthday boy." So like I said, Oyoyo, I'm not sure what led to that outburst, but then she actually forgot herself that she's on social media. She's on a public space, and anything you say on social media, once it drops, you can't pick it up. So immediately she dropped that whatever she dropped, she deleted her TikTok page. She went off social media. That's too late for that. It's too late for that because there are some people who are on social media where this social media thing is their food. They will record anything they see. So people like that, when you go onto social media and start saying orishi, you start saying all sorts of things. There are people who are there, you know, to grab whatever. So in her own case now, she said all of those things. She felt yeah, she's gone away. She's that's her said and done, and nobody will come after her. But it came as a surprise to her. And then she even came back to say, they said I've been arrested. I'm in my house. So look at my house. So that people are primitive. And I'm just like, primitive. So, like I said, no matter what anything anybody could have said to you to have made you so hot to have said such a thing like that. Because at the end of the day, she's saying it. She might not even be up to doing it. But then that outburst might encourage somebody else to go do it. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. She might not even have the liver to do it, but because of that outburst, her outburst might encourage somebody else watching her to go do it. So G Simon said South Africans are taking advantage of how we are disgracing ourselves in Nigeria. Honestly, G Simon, I have to be honest with you. Each country, they all have their own, shenanigans. But it's just like Nigeria. We don't know how to hide our own. They always put it out there. Nigerians always put it out there. But what can we do? Oyo said also, have they arrested Ben on his involvement for selling an Afiba's case? I've not heard anything. I've not heard anything yet. And obviously because he said he has already gone to report the case to the UK police. And like I said, I've put it to him that, if he has actually gone to report it, let him give us a crime reference number. He will have been given a reference number. So there's not, police UK have not released anything so far. But then I would believe that they will have been contacted at some point because for the fact that they were looking for Andrew, they put out a wanted notice for Andrew. So I'm sure information will have gotten to them that Andrew has been quiet in Nigeria and stuff like that. So, like I said, you can lie for 20 years, but when the truth comes back, it's going to come back really, really fresh. So even as much as we are wanting to hear responses now, to us it's like, oh, it's taking forever, it's taking forever. But then when all the truth is going to come out, it's going to come out like, whoa, and it will just seem like, oh, that thing just happened yesterday. So I believe it's a matter of time. Oyoyo's world. Ray Farm said, guy, woman in action, find something productive to do. Ray, cry yourself a ton of river, okay? Here I am making money while you are helping me put to that money. Always, well, the woman is so uneducated, even with subsequent videos. Exactly. So she went on to say, oh, I be Canadian. Oh. One thing is this, even though even though you are a British citizen, you are a citizen of any country, that does not give you the right to come onto social media and start saying anything anyhow. Hello, beautiful Celine, how are you? Thank you for always being here. It does not give you the right to come onto social media and start saying, even though it's a public place. Hence why you have to be very, very careful about the kind of words you use, okay? You have to be very, very careful about your utterances. Just because, like, some of the people were like, okay, what of the people who were saying they were going to do this to Igbo people in Nigeria? I'm sorry to say this, that Nigeria is not a country with a working justice system. And that's especially said, this woman no get sense. I mean, may our mouth not put us in trouble. Amen, oh, amen. You know what? So because there are comments in the comment section, they were like, she will not be jailed. She will not be deported. I quite agree. They might not deport her. And if this is her first offense in Canada, they might not even send her to jail. They might just fine her and maybe give her a warning. But it's going to be on record that a crime was so was reported against her. She went to court and stuff like that. So, like I said, if you are on social, if people were like, oh, they won't deport her, this is da. But then they were like, what of the people that were saying they were going to buy Igbos in Nigeria and stuff like that? Like I said, I'm sorry to say, Nigeria has no working justice system. Okay, Nigeria has no working justice system. You can imagine if it's taking a court to decide a divorce case. If it's taking a court in Nigeria 12 years to decide a divorce case, how long do you think it's going to take them to decide a crime, maybe like a murder case? How long is it going to take Nigerians? But in this case, you can imagine how swiftly they reported this case of this Amaka. Do you see how quickly the Canadian police, they swung into action? They arrested her for questioning, and she's been charged to court. So she's going to be arraigned in court at some point. So just from that post that I read on the Toronto police page, they might not they might not fine her, or they might not sentence her when she goes to court. It might be at a later time, but for the fact that she's appearing in court, for the fact that she's been summoned to court, it goes to show that what she's done is actually a crime. It goes to show that what she has done, those utterances she made, is actually a crime. Okay, so these are one of the things that we have to be very, as Africans or wherever we find ourselves in the world, we have to be very, very careful about our utterances. Even at work, at times, the words we use as Nigerians freely. If you use it with a colleague at work, they will look at you like, "How dare you say that to me?" But even though if you're speaking to a Nigerian, it's something it's kind of like it's words that we use freely amongst each other. But if you use such word with another person or with another, maybe someone here in the abroad, they might take offense to it. So in this woman's case, I just felt like I'm hoping she's regretting her actions now, okay? Because she was like, I be Canada picking this, that. But when it comes to the worst, if it is actually a worst crime, Canada picking where you be. I've always said it. She is not Canadian by birth. So the Canadian way give you Canadian citizenship, they can always revoke it and tell you that you are a threat to other Canadians. So why should they allow you stay? And also, people were like, "Oh, she's not going to be jailed. She might not be jailed, and she might not be deported." Hence, reason why I said she might not be jailed is because if this is the first time she's ever having issues with the police in Canada, being a first offender, they might not even jail her. They might just give her a warning. Okay, they might just give her a warning. So with that being said, but people are like, "Oh yeah, so she's the advocacy for genocide is punishable up to 5 years, not 2 years." So which means that if at the end of the judge thinks that maybe her utterances were too outrageous, the judge might decide to maybe give her maybe some sort of fine, or maybe 2 months or 6 months or something. So all the posts I'm looking at, all the posts I found here. So it says the Toronto police has arrested the Canadian one who arrested. Yeah, so she's been charged to court, and she'll be facing the judge in the Ontario Court of Justice. So I'm just going to address comment now. So someone said, "I'm from Edo State, but arresting this lady isn't the right thing because a lot of people in Nigeria have said more than this without doing anything." Just like I said, that Nigeria is a country with a failed justice system. So thousands of people will say this in Nigeria, and the Nigerian government will not flinch. The Nigerian police will not do anything. They will not do anything. But like I said, and I drop a comment on that. I think that person's supposed to say, "You know what? She resides in a country that takes such utterances serious. So you can't just be saying anything. You can't just be saying anything because it felt like, oh, because people don't know your face, or because your face is not out there while you are putting those utterances out. No, there's a way you might be sitting with all these people with their fake names, on my channel now. You might be thinking you are safe, but if I get I can find out your IP. I can find out where you are. If you are using a VPN, I can find you. And if I want to put Makete in your leg, I can do it. Just because you are here being a nuisance or tumba, whatever you call yourself, I can find where you are. And if I want to put you into trouble, I can do it. But I don't have time to wait for a non-entity like you. So Selin said, "That's great. The board has to be nipped before it goes out of hand. We are in a democratic universe. God will always know how to deliver the righteous and good in heart." So we just have to be very, very careful. Like I said, I'm just hoping that this woman's children, they are not picking the behavior of their mother. Okay, so obviously comment went on to say, like I said, they were like, "Oh," so someone said, "Well, it doesn't happen well, it's happened in Nigeria because we heard all of the things that happened during the just completed Nigerian presidential election. We all knew what happened, even though Nigerians that appear to look like Igbos, they went to vote and they were turned away because, like I cited an example of CCME and her husband said they went to the area in their estate to go and vote. But the people were like, "Oh, maybe she doesn't look Yoruba, or she looked Igbo or something. She looked a particular tribe, so she was not allowed to vote." You can imagine that cannot happen in the abroad, and you think the police will not do anything about it? They will do something about it. They will do something about it. And Moyos said, "Oh, the other people also reside on overseas. I wonder why they didn't report those people." And Moyos, what I can guarantee you, they will find them. They will find them. Abike should also report the other group. I'm sure they will find them because they all sound like they are all based abroad. By the time they investigate, obviously we don't know the full extent of the investigation that the Toronto police have carried out or are carrying out. So I'm sure they will find them because for the fact that they've put in that petition against her, she was not the only person talking. Other people were urging her on, encouraging her. So I believe they will find them as well. It might just take a while, but obviously because they heard her, the threat, the utterances was coming directly from her. So hence why they kind of like showcase her face straight away. So with that being said, people were like, people kept saying that, oh, it happened in Nigeria, it happened in Nigeria. And I'm just gonna keep saying this, that what, it did not, this offense, this utterance that was made did not happen in Nigeria. This happened in Canada. It happened in Canada. There was a time, even addressing somebody with the wrong gender here in the abroad could land you in prison. Okay. All now that we have the LGBTQ and all of these things, if somebody who has changed their sexuality or whatever, if they've changed and they like to be addressed as a them or they, you have no right. You cannot say because they are a man or they're a woman. Some people, they say that they want to be known as them or they, and you're not saying, oh, because looking at them physically, they're a man, and you're like, oh, no, because if you do that, they will just call police on you saying that you are discriminating against them. So I just want us to learn from this lady's behavior, that what, even though social media allows us to express ourselves, but we should be very, very conscious of how we use our words, whatever it is we utter here on on social media, because you cannot tell who is watching you. Okay, you cannot tell who is watching. Just like I said, that even this Amaka, she might not even have the mind to be able to carry out what she has said on social media, but then those utterances could motivate somebody else somewhere watching her or listening to her to go do such. um James Bond said it does not matter what others did. She was on video threatening. Yeah, absolutely. Or else where they will find them when. Well, that's up to whoever is investigating it. I'm there. I have no way of finding out how they will find them. I believe is the Amaka woman will be the person to prove what other Ido people said. That you know what else. You know what we will use what at the end of the day. If you can't control your anger, or if you can't control how you will feel on social media, then maybe you should not be on social media. Maybe you should not be in a discussion group, or maybe you should not be on a certain forum, because if you can't stomach what people are going to say to you for you to give such utterances, maybe you should not be on social media. I cited an example sometimes ago that I was having a conversation with somebody, with a group of people at work, and this lady came in. I did not know her sexuality. Okay, I did not know. I did not know she was a LGBT or whatever. I did not know that. So we're having a conversation, and one of the guys were like, "Oh, Wemi, what do you think about people who suddenly said they want to become a man?" So let's say, for example, there's a girl who says she wants to become a man. That what do I think about them? So when these boys were talking, obviously they were already starting that conversation before, and this was like almost 8 years ago. When these guys were talking, I was like, I don't really want to, because then when it comes things like that, I find them it was new to me. So I'm like, always minding my business. So when these guys were talking about, like, well, according to the Bible, there was nowhere in the Bible where we read that men change to women and women change to men. So that was the utterances I gave to those guys. And then when the girl in question now came in, so obviously she belongs to the LGBTQ community. So when this lady now came in, she was like, "Oh, what do I think? What do I think?" So obviously from what she does, how she carries herself, how she do, I have a feeling that she belongs to the LGBTQ community. Okay, I have a feeling. But when she now asked me, I did not think anything of it. I was like, well, the way I said it, like, well, they need to get checked up. They need to get checked. That was what I said, because I did not have like a knowledge. Obviously, when I replied those guys, I said the Bible does not. I only know the Bible lets us know female and female, nothing else. So not knowing that, because I said the fact that people would think that they want to change their gender or something like that, needs to get their head checked. She took offense to it, and this thing that I'm telling you happened about 7 years ago. She took an offense to it. She went to report me to my manager. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that you know what the conversation involves, but then you're not willing to listen to people's opinion, but you're asking for people's opinion. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. So there's a conversation you know that was going on, and it might upset you because you might not agree with other people's opinion about what you believe in. But then you went on to ask that person's opinion, and then that person gave you their opinion. You were upset, you become upset, you were not so happy. So in a way, when she dragged me to my manager, I said to my manager, well, I was not in the middle of that conversation. She asked me for my opinion. So if she was not willing to hear my opinion, why did she ask me for it? But then since that, after then, my manager asked me to go apologize to her. I refused because, like I said, it was not as if maybe she saw me conversing or she saw me started the conversation. No, I walked in on them having that conversation and she asked me for my opinion. So it was not as if maybe I came in and I just suddenly dropped my opinion. So I refused to apologize to her. And I said to my manager that she should be the one to apologize to me because she asked for my opinion. So what I'm trying to say in essence is this, that if you know you will not be able to accept other people's opinion, maybe not involve yourself in the conversation that was going on or whatever might be on ground. So maybe in this Amaka's case, whatever that is being said, she might not agree with it, and she knows that maybe she felt hurt in a way, and if she were to put her own opinion, it will upset other people. But in her own way, instead she came out in an outburst that was a threat to people. She came out in an outburst that was a threat to people. So that was her only offense. Yes, she could have just kept her mouth shut and say, oh, those people, she could have just maybe give a slight remark like, oh, those people, leave them, make them do what they, them sabi, all of that. But then she went on and, she forgot herself that she was on a public social place, and you can't just utter stuff like that. You can't. You can't. So this is just a learning curve for most of us who are abroad. Like for me now, I've learned to respect people of, who belong in the LGBTQ community. Okay. I address them as they want to be addressed. Okay. I don't say, oh, because the Bible, no. They said, give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Okay. If they say, if I look at them physically and they are a male, and they tell me that my name is Jessica, now Jessica I go call them, nothing else. If I look at somebody who is a male and they are wearing a skirt and they say their name is Linda, now Linda I go call them. If I look at a male physically, maybe I see somebody physically they are a male, but they are dressed in a skirt with whatever they said to me that they want to be addressed, that I will address. Just because my line of thought might not follow that kind of lifestyle does not mean I have to deprive them of what they want to be called or what they wish to be called. So for you òpònú Ọládipúpọ̀ Fàṣà, gbogbo account wèrè tó ń gbé wá máa kó wọn wá lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Keep dropping your problem because it is people like you who would not listen. Tó bá dẹ̀ máa gbá yín báyìí, wọ́n máa gbá yín bí pàǹtí sínú gọ́tà ni. So I just want us to learn from this woman, okay? I want us to learn, in as much as people make use of social media in a varieties of ways, we should be very, very careful on how we use it, okay? We should be very, very careful of how we use it. For the fact that I'm sharing this with you, that there are some unfortunate people in this comment now telling me that my wala is too much. How is my wala is too much? I'm educating you. Open your text call. I'm educating you. You're telling me my wala is too much. I know the people that have reasoning heads understand what I'm trying to say here. So, and also I just want to implore us that we should not allow ourselves to be used as a political political tool of political weapon. Okay, because I've seen lots of narratives everywhere saying, oh, APC allegedly was behind that woman's outburst. Somebody allegedly did this, that. I just want us to let you guys know, because all these politicians are living their lives, okay? They are living their lives, and if you allow yourself to be used by them, you're going to be the one to bear the brunt. You're going to be the one to bear the brunt. Now, me sitting here, I don't have any proof whatsoever. I don't have any evidence whatsoever to say that, oh yeah, it is APC or it is not APC. I have no proof, and I'm not alleged, and I'm not claiming that, okay? But we should be very, very careful not to be used by the politics, not to be used as a political weapon, because at the end of the day, she's the one who's been charged to court now. She's the one who's been charged to court now. And if her children are like, Mom, what did you do? Why were you sent to jail? Why did you go to court? How is she going to explain to the kids? How is she going to explain to her children? You say sometimes I feel I'm not from Nigeria. Okay, where do you feel you are from now? Where do you think you are from? Where did your body tell you that you are from? Nigerians think overseas our reputation is so bad. Honestly, I don't know how I don't know how Nigeria is gonna I don't know how Nigeria is gonna wash herself clean. Well, I have to be honest with you. I don't know how I don't know how we can wash ourselves clean because like I said, the kind of even at work when they ask me, oh where are you from originally? When anybody asks my husband that question, he doesn't answer. He doesn't tell them. He doesn't tell them where he's from. You were like, why are they asking him where he's from originally? So there was a time my husband shared this story where like somebody saw obviously they were conversing, and this person was like, oh, where are you from? And my husband replied, Glasgow. And the guy was like, no, I mean originally. And my husband was like, I already told you I'm from Glasgow. But the thing is that we are being recognized, when they hear us talk, the accent gives us away. They know we are from Nigeria. They know we are from Nigeria. It's only God that can redeem the reputation of Nigerians. Okay, it's only God that can rebuild that reputation for us. So, and like I said, so she will have appeared. Today is the third. She will have appeared on our complaint on Monday that the suspect appeared in court on September 2nd. So we are now September. So September 2nd was a Sunday. So I don't know how Canadian system work. Do their legal system, court system work on Sundays? So I'll imagine that she'll be going to court today, and maybe by the end of the week she'll probably learn her fate of what's going to happen to her. So people have opinions, and I think people were kept saying that, oh, what of while MC Oluomo. The thing is, people are refusing to understand the fact that she is not in Nigeria. If she was to be in Nigeria, she would have gotten away with this. And that is not me promoting the fact that what she did was right. No. If she was in Nigeria, just like every other people who have done Asari Dokuro, whatever people have been mentioned that they, oh, what of the people who have said this in Nigeria? What of the people that said it? What of the people that said this? For the fact that they said it does not mean it's right. Hence why this is another way to say that the Nigerian justice system needs to be worked on. Okay, so people are saying while MC Oluomo is roaming free, why MC Oluomo? Oladipo mo sọ pé ọmọ àlè ni ẹ́, ọmọ àlè ni ẹ́, ọmọ àlè ni ẹ́. So because she's abroad, like I said, if you're in a country where there is law, just stay out of trouble, because if you can't do the time, don't commit the crime. If you can't do the time, don't commit the crime. And like I said, those people in Nigeria, just because they are in Nigeria and because they said it does not mean that it was right for them to say all the things they've said or they are saying. Now, if you go onto social media now and you read anything now, oh, thank God it is not this tribe. Oh, thank God it is Yoruba. Thank God it is not Igbo. Like, seriously. Seriously. So if we are doing this to ourselves back home in Nigeria, like I've always said, how do we want people whom we are now living in their countries to treat us? How do we expect them to treat us? So I just want to, like, there's no way I can say this any other way. All I'm gonna say is that whatever you do, if you do something negative, it's gonna come back to you. If you do good, it's gonna come back to you. Okay. So we should just learn from this woman out, but we should just learn from what is happening so far. Like I said, if she's a first-time offender, she might not be jailed. She might not be jailed. She might just receive a warning and a fine. And obviously it's gonna be on her record. Okay. It's going to be on her record that she was once arrested and charged to court for so some cases, if you're a first offender, if that was the first time you are committing crime in that country, it depends on the type of crime. Oh. If you buy somebody, no judge will say because you're a first offender you'll be jailed. But maybe like motoring accident, maybe you broke the traffic light or you ran through the traffic lights, or the kind of crime she committed as well, they might not necessarily jail her. They might just maybe give her a warning, but then it's going to be on her record. And it depends. Like I said, I don't know how Canadian laws, I don't know how Canadian works, so they might decide to because obviously they said our utterances was promoting genocide, and we all know the kind of effect the genocide that happened centuries ago. We all know the effect that is hard and it's still hard. Okay, there's history everywhere. So yeah, guys, I just thought I should come here to let you guys know that even though she claimed that I be Canadian, I be Canada picking. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, if Canada thinks say no, you be prodigal daughter, they will disown you sharply. They will disown you sharply. So yeah, I hope we've learned from this lady's the scenario surrounding this lady so far. If you can't control your temper, okay, if you can't control your temper, at times when I look at some content creators here on social media, the way they come on social media and say, "Oh, I need somebody's address. I need somebody's this." The way they indirectly threaten each other, I just look at them and shake my head. That, all this kind of attitude, you can't really do it abroad, because if you are maybe as I am on a show now, and I'm like, "Hey, I will find you. I will do this to you. I will do this, that, 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 that." You are putting yourself up for drag, because at the end of the day, God forbid, if anything happens to that person, they just need to go back and see whatever it is. When they start their investigation, they just need to go back to see what might have transpired, and then one way or the other, you get linked to it. So we should just put our head down. We should learn from this. If you're in a conversation that does not go well with you, or that you don't agree with, it's better you just maybe mute your mic, so you're not forced to utter utterances that might put you in trouble, just like how this Amaka lady has done. And the other people that were in the chat section with her, that are saying that are more or less like encouraging her in that, "Hi Shade, I'm just rounding up, how are you?" And the people that are kind of like encouraging her on, I would hope and wish that they trace them as well, and find them as well, because they were putting petrol into the fire that was burning in her. They were putting Gbadebo said, "Ọmọ ìyá ẹ̀ ni ò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, Gbadebo ìyá ẹ̀ àti bàbá ẹ̀ ni ò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, olóṣì olórí burúkú ni gbogbo wọn nídìílé ẹ̀, gbogbo ìdílé ẹ̀ lolórí burúkú, ìyá ẹ̀ kò kọ́ ẹ, bàbá ẹ̀ kò kọ́ ẹ, orúkọ yòówù kò lè máa jẹ́, mo mọ̀ pé torí èdè tó gbé wá yìí, mo mọ̀ pé kò ń ṣe orúkọ tó ń jẹ́, but ẹ bá orúkọ tó bá jẹ́, gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ nínú kọ́mẹ́ǹtì ti tiẹ̀ ló máa dà 100 times fold, ọmọ ìrandíran. Shade, that was how we saw it. She said she was Canada picking. That Canada, they don't forget that I be Canada picking. Now my house are there. People thought say they arrest me. Now my house are there. But then the post on the Toronto police website says otherwise. No, she's been arrested. She's been arrested, and she's gonna be arraigned. I'm hoping. I think it's today. She's probably gonna be arraigned in court. It's today she's gonna be arraigned in court. She's going to be arranged in court. So like I said, we should all just learn. And I just feel pity for our kids, because at the end of the day, when with her age, she's 46. So I would believe that, I would imagine she would have grown up children. And it's just like me sitting there now, yarning homophobic stuff. Like, how do I expect my children? Like, how, she just disgraced herself. And just like Oyoyo was saying that, Nigerians, when are we going to stop, embarrassing ourselves abroad? And I was just sharing the story before you came in here, Shadi, that at time there was a time my husband was in a conversation, and with our accent just give us away. Me that I'm speaking to you, anytime I'm at work and I'm looking after a patient, the patient was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I mean, originally, if I try to hide it, I have no reason to hide it. Okay, I'm a proud Nigerian. I have no reason to hide, even though some Nigerians are behaving badly. I had no reason to hide where I am from originally, because even the way I talk, people can easily guess that I am Niger. And I'll say it's Nigeria. I'm Nigeria, born and bred in Lagos. And then patient like, "Oh, I've been to Jos, I've been in Kaduna, this, that, that." They tell you of their experience of being in Africa as well. But then, just because of all these things that has been the way Nigerians has been treated, or the way we come across in the world, someone was asking my husband that, "Oh, where are you from?" My husband was like, "Oh, I'm from Glasgow." And the man was like, "Oh, I mean, where were you from originally?" My husband was like, "Glasgow." Where else do you want me to come from? You know. So yeah, this is just, let us just take this as a learning curve, and as a parent as well. Our children are going to look at us at our behavior. So if your kids know you as somebody who talks anyhow, who just cause shame people, look for trouble, your kids are learning that from you. Your kids are learning that from you. Your kids are going to learn that from you. So we should be very, very conscious of of the outbursts we use. Also, with that being said, I just want to say also, even when I do reaction here on YouTube as well, when I react to some videos or some things that I saw on social media, I'm very, very conscious of using negative words on people, because I don't know how the words that I use might affect that person. And then others might come across that video and hear what I've said. So it would not look good on me. So just like I've cursed all the people that have come onto my channel here that are cursing me. So you've come here onto my channel without me cursing you, and I curse you. And then obviously people who are coming like, "Hey, why are you cursing people?" Like, well, you were reading the comments of somebody who's cursing me, so why should I not give them the same energy back? So the moral of this thing is that social media might be a free platform, but it can't just be jambula anyhow. You can't just be talking anyhow. We can't just be saying things anyhow. Especially if you reside in a country where they take like laws, they have justice system that works. And I'm not justifying people who are saying those things in Nigeria. Okay, I'm not saying for the fact that they're saying it is right. No, like I've always said, I have no hate for any tribe at all. I believe we are, for the fact that we all come from Nigeria, we are the same. I don't care where you are, Igbo, Hausa, whatever. I don't care. Anywhere we meet in the world, we'll be referred to as Nigerian. They are not going to say, that Yoruba Nigerian. No, it's Nigerian. They will call you. So, guys, I'm just rounding up now. Let me read comment and then we'll call it a day. Shadi said, Nigerians do not realize the laws abroad do not play. What she did is a terrorist attack and it carried the heavy penalty. Absolutely. You know what? You see people's comment and they're like, so now why should she be jailed? Why should she be jailed? Same thing happens. They said same thing in Nigeria. And I'm like, why people keep saying it happened in Nigeria, nothing was done? We should blame the justice system in Nigeria. And if you think you want something to be done, put in a petition then. Put in a petition against those people you said they've done something. Because if you're on social media saying, why is MC Olumo still working about? Okay, write a petition to the police that, oh, there's a video of MC Olumo saying this. But then we don't have a working justice system in Nigeria. We don't. We don't. Okay, so if you're watching this video back and you've heard me curse at any time, well, there were some nuisance in the comment section saying shit to me. So they were the ones I was cursing at. Okay, so if you're a regular person on my channel, you know this is not me. Okay, this is not me. So hence why if you hear any kind of curse, if you listen to any kind of curse in this live stream, this is not me. I've just come to say be very, very careful of how you use words, regardless of where you use the words. And Charlie, just like I was saying, you might maybe have something to say about this LGBTQ people. Like I shared a story of, where one of the girls asked me for my opinion. Obviously, I dropped my opinion. She got upset and she reported me to my manager. My manager was like, I should apologize. Me, I refuse to apologize to. I refuse to apologize because she was the one who asked me for my opinion. Okay, if it was it would have been a different. I would have apologized if I was the one who started the conversation, who started saying stuff. It would have I would have easily apologized, but because I did not start the conversation, she asked me for my opinion. So if you're not ready to listen to my opinion, why ask me for it? So anyway, guys, I need to head now. My oldest son turns 18 today. So we need to go and cut cake. We need to go and cut cake so I can have my own slice. Thank you so much, guys, for joining my live stream. And yeah, um I'm going to be rounding up now. So if you're a newcomer to my channel and you hear any kind of curses in this video, that was because some people were in the comment section saying rubbish. So I had to give it back to them. And also, if you're watching this live stream back, please let me know your total opinion in regards to this case of Amaka, because she said she was untouchable. But the touchable police of Canada, they show that yes, you are in a country where where there is law, and you cannot just be going about saying stuff like that. And also refuse to be used as a political weapon. Do not allow yourself to be used as a political weapon by Nigerian politicians. Okay, you should not allow yourself. Thank you, City Emmanuel. Thank you so much. You should not allow yourself to be used as a weapon of destruction for political people in Nigeria, because at the end of the day, you enter into this wala. Just sorry to ask, are you sister? I don't understand your question, Joseph. So do not allow yourself to be used as a weapon of destruction, because all these politicians, they are the ones making the money, and at the end of the day, they will send you on this waka waka they are sending in people, and if you enter wala, they will drop you. They will drop you sharply. And if you think that maybe you are making money from them, that money will finish, because the money they are going to pay you, it's that money is not going to solve your problem. That money is not going to solve your problem. So let us just let's continue to maintain our steez. No grief for anybody. When I say no grief for anybody, no grief, no allow anybody use you for their own evil work. Okay. So this is the end of my live stream, guys. If you're watching back and if not yet subscribed to my channel, please like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you've not yet done so, share this video. There are many more videos on my channel that you can catch up with. And yeah, and I hope to see you guys later. All right. Thank you so much and have a blessed Tuesday evening wherever you are. All right. Bye.